And Lizzie's not here with the test yet, so it's about 5 feet, I think. So from the edge of the crossbow to the back, give me a good old back shot across the kidneys. See what I mean?
Yep.
Lands right at your feet.
Man, that is why you do it the thing.
Yeah. Ooh, that's my round one. Hell yeah. Now, that one I think I need to retire because it does tend to bounce back even at 10.
That one fucking hit the tree behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to retire that one.
Doesn't matter how fucking far it bounces back.
For like people, like say you shoot past somebody and it bounces forward, and the sharp end of the bow tends to net people. This is before you consider that. This is before you consider that crossbows actually don't have sharp knocks.
It's a sharp knock, why?
Yeah, it's actually written into the rules of Belegarth.
What? The crossbows can't have sharp knocks?
That's right. They have to have. I mean, they're sharper than like just being flat surfaces, but like, hit me. Ooh, it went right off my spine there.
Oh yeah, dude. Trying to make it fucking quadriplegic.
Yeah. I feel like you got it.
Okay, so I was just gonna keep shooting. Well, I figured B-roll and also I'm asking questions while I'm doing it. Okay. Yeah, picking up the audio. I know it's picking up the audio. Picking up the audio from you. It might also be picking up the audio from me.
Yeah.
Question from someone who generally doesn't know.
All right.
Oh no.
White fletching down.
I did have a white fletching down here. I didn't want to slide on that little fucking thing. Yeah, that's got no fucking chance.
Right?
Am I even in camera right now?
If you haven't moved and you were on the very edge.
I wanted to be able to see how far behind me it's fucking going.
Yeah.
So you hold on, come back over here.
It's just.
Back,
Yeah, you're still on screen.
I'll move forward, and then that way you can see how far behind me it's going.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like that's kind of what's going to prove the point.
Yeah.
Hell, we might even go a little farther out just so I can see, because I feel like it's going.
White fletching down. Yep. And bring it all the way back. Going all the way. Yeah.
White fletching down. I can bring it all the way back. Just get stuck on that one plant. Listen up.
We're here, Lizzie. Oop. I gave into it. You didn't hit it dead on. I was distracted with Liz. I'm sorry.
That's all good. But it's also good. That's why I'm saying fucking more examples of like what happens when
I guess I'll just hold this.
It's the top of things, because like, you know, at that rate you'd be able to shoot the fucking the testing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. End up going to have to be doing, because when it lands on my feet, I'm shooting at someone's back. The part you aim at the back is about like the lower rib area, and that kind of forces it, because instead of shooting forward,
yeah, that went back farther than where I was standing before.
Yeah,
by a significant amount.
And like you compare that to shooting me in the back, where it just went straight back to your feet.
I mean, even some of those were coming back a little farther, depending on what part of your back I did.
Yeah, but like a little bit farther.
Yeah. We're going to use your whole fucking video as evidence for why they need to ban in general.
And that is also brought up in my damn video, because now the tester is at 5 feet, explicitly for the bounce back issue, to force that. And where's it going to bounce back? Right, the tester.
Well, yeah, dude, see, I'm fucking. This was all part of my plan.
All part of my plan.
Yeah, dude.
They call me Kibby.
They call me the planner.
They call me the Stanner.
Dude, okay, I don't know if I'm just not fucking getting this. That thing that's not wanting to go over the top of them.
It's the retention spring kind of gets in the way. You gotta work around it.
I feel like he's moved up.
Oh, a little bit. I think that's good.
On the bright side, I don't know if it's a fairly centered shot.
Oh fuck! I told Lizzie where I'd like to film. Let me check and see if she's like tried to call and interrupted the video and stuff. Distance we know it's true.
What? Like up a little of the shield.
Yeah, I'm about to pick it up.
My arm was already in motion.
Yeah, it's work. All right. So valid shooting area is this whole spot between my arms. See what I mean? Yep. See that's valid. That's legal.
Are you not recording?
No, recording. Yes. Because I know how fucking I know how absent-minded I can be about it.
Okay, I swear to God, this worked out way better during the test footage.
I think we were a little closer to it. Make sure you're shooting at a very flat level plane. So like, I'll raise it up a bit. That landed right.
It caught on my fucking jeans.
Oh, okay. So it hit you. You know, it's actually really hard to see how far back it'll fly when it keeps hitting the guy shooting it. Oh fuck. There it is. And
Set that to the side just to see what it would do.
all right. Actually, that's really good for see how pass.
What's the length on this crossbow?
The length, the total length of the crossbow is 2 feet.
Okay, cool.
So what we want is the very end of the bolt to be at that 5 foot mark.
Well, right now I'm probably about 6 inches back.
Yeah.
Because where
Yeah.
the butt of the bow is.
Yeah. And now that looks like it's floating right above the 5 foot mark to me. Where'd that go?
Oh yeah.
Like immediately behind you, between your legs?
No, it's like hit the ground back there. And then
Okay.
rolled over the way.
Yeah, but you're standing at the 7 foot mark, which is where I say it tends to land. Some people interpret that to mean that it can't shoot past the 5 foot mark, which would be an impossible standard.
That was definitely gonna go fucking way back because it hit me in the fucking elbow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was
Yeah.
low down.
It's usually about 10. It's usually about 10 to 11 feet. Honestly, it's about 10 feet from a shield from the 10 foot mark. Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Fucking bitch.
Yeah. And I do that off my sternum every time I shoot it.
I mean, not my canoe. Alright, I think I've got one bolt left in this.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Then I think that's probably enough footage for it.
Other things, I was like, I'll just go for the quivers.
It's like, yeah, it's 5 foot, 5 feet,
That gray one right there?
7 feet, 10 feet, and knowing that the damn things bounced off you a couple of times.
Oh, that gray one right there is going to hit my elbow.
Yeah.
Straight down.
Knowing it bounced off you a couple of times, like every single one of these is shy of 5 foot. So if the tester decrees that 5 foot,
You've been disarmed.
if the tester comes to the interpretation that 5 feet is the standard, like it can't bounce past 5 feet, and not like the actual person doing the shooting, then that means that none of these pass.
Yeah.
Right? And honestly, this is typically where they land when you shoot a body. Right?
I mean,
Like,
I'll use the one of them, or whatever I shot you with the fucking shield. Do you want to do the same number of them with just your fucking back? That way we can get the same sample size.
Put all those back in the quiver. Let's shoot me a little bit.
I feel like we want to keep it as definitely not just going to shoot you. Feel like we want to keep it as. I believe this gold one is the one that I shot your back. So
Yeah.
Minus that one.
No, you can include that
But
one.
even that one's still out past fucking 8 foot.
That hit you and landed about 7.5 feet.
Well, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Are we checking the farthest point away or the closest point to where it's being shot?
Exactly. That actually isn't defined. It's like it's ambiguously defined as fuck. I should have brought my printout of the rule book, but it's ambiguously defined as like past where it was shot, and that doesn't define the shooter or.
Well, I'd
Like,
say
it's-
that's past where it's
fine.
shot. If you just make a hard line of where the person shooting is.
Yeah.
Anything going past that would be past where it was shot.
Yeah.
Fuck, what are they going to do?
Like they're going to go to that area over there.
I don't know. You just park right there.
I don't actually think you can.
I don't think you can either. About 90% you can.
I just hope they're quiet. If they play music, kind of ruin the shot. We'll have to go somewhere else. All right. Back to snall. Testing for bounce back.
Ooh. Gotta be good.
It's actually about the same.
Yeah. Why did you pick that?
I just wanted to. So yeah, that one was the closest one.
And if you're calling it a hard line at 5 foot,
None of these pass again.
yeah.
Calling it a hard line as generally around you, then half of those pass.
Oh. Well, yeah, but the other thing is, I'm at 7 foot.
Yeah.
So at the end of the crossbow, one of them might pass.
And that's like, and that's what I'm fucking saying. It's like, it always lands about 7 to 10 feet. And like, it's really fucking frustrating.
You don't want to cut that part of the video. So I just sit my camera.
That's okay. It's just, it's always 7 to 10 feet. So it's always frustrating that like, and not only that, like I felt it a lot quicker. Like, because each one of those shots,
Well, 3 of them went out past 10.
yeah, that one's 11. Yeah.
It's just shy.
If we could get if we get 2 more shots, I want to shoot you to show something too.
Different body
Yeah.
type.
Not different body types. Very specifically, the difference in how you feel it. So like, because we're feeling the pain faster, right? So I was feeling like about 5 shots ago, out of all the 5 shots, like 5 shots in, I was like, I should probably swap out to a different back if I were testing. Because like, it's really fucking close. There's no time to reduce any...
I was also trying to shoot quickly.
for any drag. So like, it's not about shooting them quickly, it's like the time travel in the air.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm getting as much of that force out of it as possible. I'm getting as much, yeah, I noticed. I'm getting as much of the force out of it as possible, right?
Hold in here. Take these.
Yeah.
Shoot me. I'm gonna put my hair up just so it's
Yeah.
not
In the way.
Fuck, I didn't think about this part.
It's okay, I won't be shooting you in the face.
I'm gonna put my hair up so it's not stopping anything.
Okay.
I know that one I shot almost up at your neck and caught your hair, so it can go up and out.
Yeah. Okay, they're hiking. Sweet. Cool. So something I want to demonstrate is like the pain, and you're far less knowledgeable about how much it should hurt, so you'll have the kind of like newbie's perspective. So cool. So this one is at 10 feet. What are you laughing at?
You just caught me like right in the back of the neck.
Yeah. Well, it hit you in the like topper area, and it kind of flung around.
No, it's definitely
Okay. All right. 10 feet again. By the way, that bounce back was still 7 feet. All right. And now for that 5 foot test.
Yeah, there's a pretty fucking significant difference.
Yeah, like my back was feeling it pretty good. So like it'll be far less accurate for the safety testing because you're feeling the pain a lot sooner. So you're only good for, instead of being good for like 10 or 15 bolts, you're good for like 5.
Yeah, and on top of that, if I was going to rank those, like as far as impact felt, it was definitely the 5 foot shot was number 1. That first one that caught me in the back of the neck was number 2.
Yeah.
So it hurt more than like it's not hurt, but it was more impactful, than one that hit me in the like side-ish back of the neck.
Yeah.
Than the one for 10 feet away, than the one that hit me 5 foot away.
Yeah. Like
between the shoulder blades.
By the way, this is all testing I've I've done myself with both my 300-inch-pound crossbow and my 420-inch-pound crossbow. Like I've had Lizzie shoot me in the fucking face before because I'm not bitch born, right? I want to know if it hurts because I don't want to go out and hurt people. Like but I also want to be competitive, right?
Yeah.
So like,
people sloughing all their shots just because they're like,
well, it's not the sloughing issue. It's efficiency. Like my crossbow is really fucking weak. If I fight from 15 or 20 feet, I miss most of my shots. And if I fight from around 10 feet, headshots become available, and shieldmen suddenly become far less of a threat and actual something I can deal with.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm doing archery and I fight from that 15-foot plus range, especially to get the full draw, you stand at 20. I shoot. The headshot's basically impossible because even if you catch them off guard, it's a small target. And if they're onto you, like even with your crossbow and you're super close, if they're onto you, like it's still a slow target. They just put their fucking shield in the way. Like there was one guy, because I was editing a video today, there was that one guy, he had a red shield. He was really good at keeping on top of me. He's like, I know that guy is going to shoot from someplace unknown, so I have to keep my eye on where he is. And that motherfucker would throw blocks right in the fucking way and stop me, and he was good. I like that. Because that's how you're supposed to deal with me. You don't look away with your head exposed. Yeah. You don't lower your shield and look away, because that's when you get shot in the head and you get shot in the eye.
It's already hard enough. Okay.
Did you hold it down or did you press it?
Pressed it and then I waited and it went beep, beep, beep.
Okay, it's recording. Hell yeah, it's got the little red light and everything. I'm gonna fuck up my lip.
Fucking look at me. The camera.
I'm looking at the camera.
This must be how they record every. I don't know if I should make that joke. You know what? We haven't got it anywhere yet. This must be how they record every episode for Al Jazeera's news broadcast.
Oh, okay.
The guy sitting in front of the camera and another guy standing next to him just holding a weapon. Like, hey, quit looking at me. Look at the camera.
I thought it was like POV.
Al Jazeera?
Like porn?
No, Al Jazeera is the terrorist.
It was no, the camera. The camera is me. Look at the camera.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I don't think the guy has a gun though.
Yeah. All right, that can't go in the video.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Hello and welcome to a special. Right at the start, huh?
I'd already planned it. I've been thinking about that.
Hello and welcome to a special Akia Magna episode. I'm Psycho, and this segment I'm going to dub Psycho Babble.
Just don't anticipate it. Keep reading. This is what it's all about.
If you clicked on the title of this video, looking for a historical... If you clicked on the video because of this title, looking for a historical video, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'll briefly cover history crossbow usage, but it's opinionated, and I won't source myself.
A good example of a graze.
Yeah. Don't take that. That was a graze. This is an actual video. This video is actually about sport boffers, specifically crossbow-based sports boffers, and the controversy that I was involved in. Rest assured, however, I will be shot in the face repeatedly throughout this recording. So that'll be interesting and fun.
I'm having all kinds of fun.
Oh, I bet you are. Okay.
I'll do it, Mom. He's my dog.
Because I'm blonde. To understand how the boffer works in our games, one must understand how it worked in history. Unfortunately, there's a lot we don't know about that. We know crossbows have existed since, classical antiquity, but I don't really know how they were used. Probably like bows because they seem to be more bow size back then. my bandana's gonna come off. They seem more bow size back then. They're just put on the end of a bit of wood. Most of what we know about crossbows being used is from medieval times. I'll just switch my script out. No, don't shoot. You might miss. God forbid. Oh, that's right. I got front and back. I'm such a fucking ass.
I'm sorry. You
All right.
literally asked for it.
I literally asked for it. Which makes sense to me. I think that technology needed to be there first to make them cheap and viable. Like, I imagine the first crossbows were just bows placed on their side with the intention of overcoming the major downside to the bow, which is training. It takes years to get talented and strong enough to wield a really strong bow. But if you can store that moment when an archer is at full draw and give it to a person with a decent-ish eye, you can spend time training that guy to be a soldier instead of an archer. But wooden prods don't really store more power than bows, so why spend the time making a crossbow when bows are so much cheaper? So until metal prods came around, crossbows were kind of not strong enough to matter for war. And then that changed. Good. So, how were they used? Again, we don't know that much. Personally, I don't think that they were used like bows. Because of their design, crossbows need to have an insane sounding amount of poundage to begin to compare to that of war bows of the Middle Ages. This is because crossbows are mechanically weaker than bows. You see, crossbows tend to have like 7 or 10 inches to impart the force of their prod into their bolt.
Me too.
I wish I had 7 to 10 inches. Where a bow can have 20 to 28 inches to do the same. We'll explore this concept of power stroke later. But a 120-pound crossbow isn't nearly as strong as a 120-pound longbow. Nowhere near. So this is the reason I believe crossbowmen tended to not take up the same space as bowmen. I think that they got a lot closer in open battlefields and did much of their damage at closer ranges during sieges as well. The most famous of defeats suffered by crossbowmen during a battle.
Figure the fuck out.
Figure the fuck out. The most famous of defeats suffered by crossbowmen during a battle, I think, shows this. The Genoese crossbowmen during the Battle of Cressy in 1346 were slaughtered because they took to seeing what we think is their usual position in front of the army, but they were forced to not bring most of their pavis. That's the word. Their big ass shields.
Not a little sensitive.
It's maybe working. That, and I think their big shields were also kind of proves that they like to get close. Like, why have big shields if you're only shooting from safe positions? This leads to... You missed. I shouldn't brag. I shouldn't brag. He's gonna get mean about it. He's gonna get way. He's gonna be like, "Whoa, maybe 5 feet is this length."
Yeah, dude. Well, I put the cones out a little too far.
This leads to sport boffer usage. Yay. In our competitive LARP sphere, crossbows are usually about half as strong as bows.
There we go. That's what I've been going for.
You dick. Ugh.
Show that beautiful hair off.
Yeah. Now who's got good aim? Alright, this is for the good reason that in our competitive LARP sphere, crossbows are usually about half as strong as bows. This is for the very good reason that we mandate that bows half draw their allotted length to around 20 feet to keep things safe. Crossbows cannot half draw, so we keep them at half strength. This mimics history a little bit, so I like it. So crossbows fill a niche, where bows can reliably shot. Eye shots hurt. Where bows can reliably be shot with accuracy from beyond 20 feet, crossbows can't. The shaft does less to stabilize our shots because they're shorter. Real bolts don't seem to have this problem because they have huge-ass arrowheads. So the natural response is to having real bolts don't have. So the natural response to having less power and accuracy is to fill the niche that bows don't. We get closer. And all that leads into the main focus of this video, which is Belegarth and crossbows. For a long time, Belegarth didn't really have crossbow, where other buffer sport games did. This is because they had a 15-pound limit, and that they also had to be able to shoot normal arrows, not bolts. So Belegarth already has a documented history of banning crossbows So Belegarth already has a documented history of practically banning crossbows for the reason of, I don't fucking know. I guess they just don't like them. Well, safety? Well, time went by and the rules changed. 450 inch-pounds, exclusive ammo, no minimum engagement distance beyond the length of the bolt. Now, all was well with that. And then I posted a video where I shot someone in the eye. My short and TikTok advertising the Wolfpack opener video used the short and TikTok advertising my Wolfpack opener using... Okay. The short and TikTok advertising my Wolfpack opener video using the intro of that video kicked off a reactionary movement to increase testing scrutiny of bolts, to the point of being an improbable test to pass. Yep. It's quite tricky to see. I mean, I know it's for Belmont, so probably got to not on the train, but... Yeah, I guess that's true. We should wait for the train to pass, too.
What's that? We forgot it before.
Nah, I'll just use it. Fuck it. You've seen the quality of the recording so far, right?
Yeah, understandable with some of it. I'm gonna go find that one. They look like you went down the street.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they bounced pretty far. It's almost like you shouldn't judge them by bounce back so harshly. I didn't even notice the train. I noticed a nice couple and their kids walking by. I'll wait for this train to pass.
But you know what they say? You gotta be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Oh man.
I mean, those kids. One of them was afraid.
One, I noticed because I heard it where it landed, it donked and went doo.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright. You know what? I'll go ahead and just do that whole paragraph over again.
One that you stumbled over like 6 times?
No.
Back to it.
Oh, ask for it. You'll get no mercy. Honestly, you could spend some time picking them up too.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
I really did.
You do feel it. Right in the nose.
To be fair, I was going to try and shoot you in the eye whenever you were talking about shooting the guy in the eye.
Yeah.
I figured that would give that guy a smile.
Oh, fuck.
And then you'd have to deal with the fact that you didn't immediately start crying. So
Yeah. Oh, fuck, my nostrils got me.
Yep.
I'm snotting.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is why I'm making the video. So my short and my TikTok advertising the Wolfpack opener video using the intro of that video that kicked off the reactionary movement to increase testing scrutiny of bolts. That was the wrong... Shoot me. Loser. That was the wrong tone for that.
So. Raise your face.
Yeah.
Also, that guy dropped the N-word, so probably don't want that clip anyway.
Did he?
It was the soft one, but I mean...
Oh.
Just because I'm a redhead doesn't mean he can use it. He said we were Zeus and Thor.
Oh, okay. My short and TikTok advertising the Wolfpack opener video using the intro of that video kicked off a reactionary movement to increase testing scrutiny of bolts. Woo. To the point, the testing scrutiny was to be increased to an improbable test to pass, effectively attempting to ban the weapon via an impossible standard like Belegarth has proven to already have done before. You see, testing arrows and bolts involves shooting someone in the back from just past what is normally safe to see if they hurt too bad after a visual inspection. The rule they changed for bolts is that instead of testing at 10 feet, they now test at 5 feet.
It's where we're shooting from.
It's where we're shooting from. You may think that it's the pain that would make the bolts fail more often, but no. You see, projectiles also can't bounce back past the player that shot them.
Good example.
That's well past the... you see, projectiles... I already said that. You can imagine that 5 feet of bounce back is kind of hard to avoid when you're shooting a full power crossbow from 5 feet away. Not impossible, mind. My bolts passed with the standard at the last event I went to, but every bolt landed at my feet. A stricter tester using the shield method instead of the back will see the bolts fired from my crossbow bounce back about 7 to 10 feet usually. Basically, if a weapon checker decides they don't want to use crossbows at their event, all bolts will fail. I got some distance. That like clunk too. Like that usually doesn't happen when I shoot people. It happens occasionally, but not all the time. And I feel like from 5 feet, it's happening way more often. Where the tail of the bow, the shaft is hitting me.
Like it's whipping around.
Yeah, because we're shooting so fast, there's no time for it to like
slow down and
stabilize. Yeah. This is an inappropriate response to what was thought to be a weapon testing failure. That my bolts couldn't have been tested safely enough that a failing bolt made it to the field. These were relatively new Gore-Tex arrowheads, and I tested my own equipment before going to Wolfpack. I also had my older arrows fail on back at the event, and they've been retired since. These bugs are worse than the arrows.
I thought the arrows would keep the bugs off.
Honestly, I thought so too.
That's what I'm doing it for.
Yeah, I probably have a smashed bug or two in my hair. We don't have this kind of reaction to red users' clipping eyes. We don't demand stricter testing rules when a weapon... We didn't demand stricter testing rules when a weapon failed at Olympics the other year and gave my friend a scar on her eyebrow. Sorry, I anticipated that, and that made it not clip off my dome. I dodged it a little bit. I felt that.
Instinct's too good, dude.
Instinct's too good. At Wolfpack, there were bloody noses, faces, and what had to be a minor concussion because that dude fell over like he didn't know what was going on. None of those were... Some of which were featured in that video that I did not inflict. Some of those injuries that were featured in that video, I did not inflict, and no one got up in arms about the safety standards around the weapons that inflicted them. And this is serious. Fact is, I shot someone in the eye, and they complained about my bolts. They wanted them retested. I had them retested. even if I was deliberately negligent and didn't have them retested and didn't have them, even if I was deliberately negligent and I didn't have them retested, or I deliberately brought failing equipment to the field, the proper response is to ban me, or help ban their weapon tester. Not damn near make the testing standard contingent on whether or not someone's biased for or against crossbows. Shoot me. Thank you. There are other reasons this is a bad ruling. It's unsafe for the testers who are being deliberately close to a situation where excessive bounce back is an encouraged expectation by the rules written. Like, being so close to the back, that guarantees the hit is harder too, making it harder to determine if the bolt is actually safe or not. Especially compared to arrows. Speaking of which, thank you. Speaking of which, like, it takes testing for bolts out of line with testing for arrows in terms of safety. Bows are twice as strong as crossbows. Why are they being tested at 15 feet? If testing standards were being questioned, why not reduce the requirements for arrows as well? It's the same technology on a heavier shaft shot from a stronger source. Or you could even, thank you, or you could even make the standard 7.5 feet, half of 15 feet, and make that standard abundantly clear. Bows, like crossbows, are half as strong as bows. But I think, again, it's just the near 20-year-old bias against crossbows. I'll hit the tree. I think it's just the 20-year-old bias against crossbows being brought up, justified on behalf of a not uncommon or unexpected minor injury.
Sideway with true reason.
Yeah. Alright, so fucking what, crybaby? You gonna roll on the floor about it? Is Big Psycho gonna just lay there and bitch, demanding something be done and be dragged off the field, and to be dragged off the proverbial field because it hurt my ego too much? Nah. I got a rules proposal that could fix things and actually make the game safer and solidify crossbows into the niche they actually occupy. See, most folks, even the crossbowmen that came up with the revamped rules, didn't think of crossbows as having their own competitive niche. They think of them as bow alternatives. Really, they're like better javelins. They are expensive, higher accuracy, mid-range alternative to javelins. You see, bows are stronger, more accurate, and faster than crossbows. Even at the 15 to 20 foot range, or especially at the 15 to 20 foot range, the bow will always be better. Even at the sub 15 foot range, the bow has a speed advantage. In my nose. Make a note of this moment. Okay.
That's whenever all the bolts have bounced farther out than where I could reach them from standing where I was shooting from.
That is a good point. That's a good point, guys. What's your name?
I'm Sam Kibbe. You can find me on TikTok at sam.kibbe, K-I-double-butt-A.
That's a good point, Sam Kibbe, who can be found at Sam Kibbe, double butt A.
No, Sam Kibbe.
Sam.K-I, double butt A.
It's like Tigger.
P-I double gut er. Where the crossbow shines is at that sub 15 foot range. It's easier for a crossbowman to move, pop a shot, and get back into cover than an archer. When they're ready to shoot, it's a simple trigger pull. An archer has to perform their whole pulling motion first, on top of needing to awkwardly ensure that they're not overdrawing past that halfway point. This is why I get so many headshots. It's an easier target from 10 feet away than 20 feet, and I shoot quicker. My reload is what's really slow. So, what rules proposal do I offer to support this? I want to make crossbows weaker and stronger. See, I think that the reason folk are upset with crossbows, for the most part, is that they keep getting hit in the face.
Wrong.
And they're getting hit in the face a lot closer than they used to because of crossbows. The most complaints I hear, like personally, are from sub 10-foot shots from guys using pistol crossbows.
Should have had a V8.
Could have had a V8. Well, and my crossbow too. I like my 420 inch-pound crossbow is probably the only one being used like competitively. You see, fuck. I'm fairly sure I'm the only guy competitively using a 420 inch-pound crossbow. There you go. The rest are 400 plus inch-pound pistol crossbows that have even worse accuracy to my standard because their bolts are tiny. They don't stabilize real well. And because they're cheaper and easier to find, like a lot of people can buy them, so there's kind of a lot of them compared to full power crossbows like that. So if eye shots are something we want to reduce the pain of, while keeping crossbows viable, so if eye shots are something we want to reduce the pain of, while keeping crossbows viable for all types that want to use it, and keep using it in its niche, my solution is very simple. There we go. You're right. This is like one of those videos. I'm not going to say what they're called.
No, it's the name of their news network.
Yeah.
It's just what they happen to show on there is all a certain type of media.
Yep. First, I want to create 2 crossbow categories, a light and heavy class of crossbow. The light crossbow would be a sub 15-foot crossbow with a maximum poundage of 350 inch-pounds, marked with a blue strip or striping on the prod. Its bolts would be tested at 5 feet with some forgiveness for bounce back. Whew. You got me right in the area that makes your brain shake. Whew.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I just wanted to say that. I was like, ugh. So,
Hey, it's legal, dude.
it is. This is what you come to expect. This is what the tester got shot in the back and decided, yeah, I think that'd be fine at 5 feet. So I guess I shouldn't feel bad when I do the same on the field. The heavy crossbow would have a maximum pull of 600 inch-pounds and only be shot at excesses of 15 feet. Its bolts would be tested at 10 feet with no forgiveness for bounce back, and it would be designated the heavy crossbow with a red stripe or striping on the prod. So why choose the weights I did? Well, it's based off the 350 inch-pound standard that I would see in Dagger here. They seemed not to care so much when I did headshots from close range with that. But, I mean, generally I know that theoretically Dagger here has a 420 inch-pound max, but the real ruling is 12-inch draw at a 35-pound max. So what you end up getting with that is, like, it's not always going to have a power stroke that's the full 12 inches. It's usually 10. So, like, I'd be shocked if a Dagger here crossbowman has a poundage higher than 350 and still be actually legal. That made far. That's like 70 feet.
Yeah, I'm skipping rocks on your dome, dude.
Yeah, I feel it. Where was I? I went on a bit of a tangent.
Get it together. You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, I know.
Does that help?
Yeah, bit my tongue a little bit.
Yeah, why did you have this idea?
I thought it would be funny, and honestly, it's pretty funny.
It might be more funny watching it back.
It will be. In the moment, I do have to catch myself, be like, don't get mad.
You told me to.
I know. That's why I can't get
Wait a
mad.
minute. This whole operation was your idea.
Yeah, I know.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
So why 600 pounds for the heavy crossbow? That's arbitrary. I admit that. It's mostly because my dagger here, legal crossbow, shoots about 600 inch pounds, and that's what I can test. Also, it's significantly weaker. Is it paused?
No, how long is this video supposed to be?
I'm gonna edit out most of it. We're gonna most of that shit's gonna get taken out.
Well, I want you to know that there's a couple of.
Is it in the creek?
That one might have actually.
That's okay.
There are a couple of spots where I shot you in the back of the head and proceeded to watch it fly back past me and just went.
Woo! That's okay.
One of them was very shortly after you said something about the bounce back. I shot you in the back of the head and it went back like good 15 feet at least.
Yeah. Also, it's notably less strong than the 800 inch pound plus max.
Alright, I took it off. Let's see if I can put it back on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that before I could tell you not to. Before I could tell you not to do that.
I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, you didn't think about what it would do. I was like, no, that'll make it, and it did.
I didn't think about anything, to be quite honest with you.
That's why.
What if I could shoot this at him and it goes back on his head?
Yeah.
Physics was not in play there.
I'm glad too, because like I blocked my eye and it was about to whip me right. Yeah, fuck.
It swollen for 3 days?
It might. Let's see. Thank you.
No edits.
Oh no, I'm like there's edits. I'm gonna cut out the parts where I find my fucking spot because I keep getting distracted.
I figured doing no edits upload that way.
People can see all the bullshit.
Well, that nobody could be like, oh yeah, you can tell because he moved over so far and like.
No, yeah.
He got hurt real bad on that one, so he recorded it.
Or yeah, I could do the no edits upload with this motherfucker right here. Really prove that I'm actually getting shot in the face from 5 feet every time.
I know you're getting shot in the face. I'm not gonna doubt
well, face and head. Like you're circling my ass.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose. My concern was more so just so that nobody could be like, oh yeah, you see there's an edit video right there. Right after that was hitting the eye. So you probably just went off and fucking took care of it. It's like, no, unedited.
I'm not standing up until I'm fucking done. All right, so let me.
Out of laziness, not out of principle.
Let me. Also, it's notably less strong than a max poundage bow, which sits at around like 800 plus max inch pounds, which is good because you'll be shooting it at 5 feet closer. Why the 15-foot range difference? History. Crossbows in the past in Belegarth have been limited to 15-foot minimums before, and I think that Belegarth players, because of that, Belegarth players seem really comfortable with a 15-foot headshot from a stronger crossbow.
That's a good point.
Way to punctuate that point.
There's skaters out here.
Yeah. The next change I'd like to make is to limit bolts to crossbows they were designed to be fired from. Yes, this limits crossbow sharing even more, but or crossbow bolt share. Yes, this limits bolt sharing even more, but testing would fit how the bolts were designed to be used, right? The strongest crossbow, like my crossbow won't shoot any pistol crossbow bolt safely. So that's the strongest crossbow in the field almost all the time. It can't, why would you try to make that, why would that be the standard? It can't shoot crossbow bolts that have 8 inch, it's just whatever. Let's see. Yeah, remove misfires. Yeah, that's the point I made in my notes. There we go. The last thing I want to add, but don't want to get into detail of right now because this video is already going to be long, is that I want to add testing criteria for the crossbow itself. This is actually kind of a tangent. There isn't, in the weapon checking guide, there isn't actually any point anywhere in that guide to inspect the condition of the actual fucking crossbow itself. Someone could theorize, could say that Shoot me in the head. I don't remember where I was.
I was busy thinking about how the old guy drove past and said, "You shoot your eye out with that thing." Fucking ironic.
How ironic. You shoot crossbows out of a game in the eye. All right, let me just reset that whole thing. The last thing I want to add, but don't want to get into too much detail about because this video is already going on too long, is to add testing criteria for the crossbow itself into the weapon checking guide. Currently, it's actually lacking that. There's no wording on what the condition of the crossbow is, what are valid or invalid conditions of having a crossbow. So, whereas in a bow cannot be cracked, like there's no standard saying that a bow can or cannot be, like, have its prod cracked or damaged in any way. That needs to be added to. I don't know. That's actually kind of an embarrassing oversight. Like, that one I actually want to fix. Because honestly, I like the current standard. I like the 450 inch-pound standard. I don't want to reduce the poundage of my preferred weapon. I don't really get very many complaints on the battlefield. The reason I proposed a change in this video was to demonstrate that an actual solution could easily be come to that would really reduce complaints based on the experience of an actual crossbow user. Anyone putting any serious brain power into this would know that changing the standard to 5 foot didn't help anything at all. What did I write down? That it was at best stupid and at worst a practical ban. But banning crossbows is nothing new for Belegarth. Alrighty. If anyone wants to do it right now. Yeah. If anyone wants to take up or test or argue for or against my proposed changes, please let me know in the comment section or message me on my TikTok account. I'm not that popular, so like I have time to read most of what gets sent my way. If you like seeing my dumb face get hit with crossbow bolts, please subscribe. I've been Psycho, babbling my nonsense. You missed my dick, asshole.
It's a small target.
Aquila vola.
I thought that'd be a fun way to end the video.
Shoot you in the,
No, I'll leave it in.
shoot you in the dick one time to end it. Anyway, let's argue. I'll do it in the comments. No, I felt bad on like several of those, and I was like,
They hit pretty fucking hard, don't they?
I don't. Some of them were funny, but several of them I felt kind of fucking bad about.